will serve something. Now, I can take it to addictions. Because you can say, I ain't going to serve God. And I don't want to give my money in the church. But if you're addicted to gambling, gambling will tell you what to do. You'll get a paycheck. You know there's no food in the house. You know your kids don't have no backpack for school. You know your kids don't have no school money. But if you're addicted to gambling, gambling will tell you what to do with your money. Everybody here is going to serve something. It'll make you take your money and go play with it. And then you'll come home and your wife will say, "Do you have any money? The kids are hungry." And gambling will make you. It'll make you lie. You might say something like, "Oh, my family, they needed money, so I gave them money." You will serve something. Everybody here will serve something. And so the Old Testament, the people of God said, we don't want to serve God. We want to live life to where we don't have to answer to God. I'm going to tell you something. Even if you don't answer to God today, you will answer to God someday. Every one of us. The Word of God says we will answer Him for everything that is done in our body. Everything. As a matter of fact, the Word of God goes deeper and says, you will answer God for every idle word that you say. Every word you say that has no meaning, you're going to have to answer God for. Because when Judgment Day happens, I want you to have a clear answer. I want to please God. I want to please God. The people of Israel said, I don't want God. I would rather do what I want to do. And this is the generation we live in today, where people say, I want to do what I want to do. I don't want to do what the Word of God says. Alcohol, it doesn't care who you are. Alcohol will take a smart person and make him act like a pig. You will serve somebody. I'm here to tell every one of us, you might serve yourself. You might say, I don't want to hear what God says. I want to hear what I say. So God's telling me today you need to pray. But I'm telling myself today you ain't praying. You're going to serve somebody. Everybody's going to serve somebody. It might not be yourself, but it might be your spouse. The Word of God might say you need to be faithful to the things of God. But you might serve your spouse to the point where you don't need God as your king. You'll listen to what your spouse says. So the Word of God says be faithful to the things of God. And your spouse comes to you and says you won't be faithful to the things of God. Every one of us is going to serve something. You might say, I don't want to go to church and sit down and hear the Word of God. But you might sit down and listen to what a TV says. Every one of us is going to listen to something. Every one of us is going to listen to something. You might say, I don't want to dance at church. But you might dance at a bar. Or you might dance at a birthday party. Or you might dance at a program. You will dance for something. And so God, He was saying, He said, Samuel, don't worry about those people. When they tell you no, they're not telling you no, they're telling me no. I want to please God. I want God to say, listen, on Judgment Day, what's the word? Well done, thou good and faithful King.